Welcome to Thoroughbred Action at Gulfstream Park. I'm Ron Nicoletti. We have 12 races this Saturday. What an exciting day it is here. We got a big carryover in the Rainbow Six. You'll know after this program if they hit it or not. Let's get right to those track and weather conditions. The main track fast, turf course firm. The first race 1 mile and 1/16 on the turf. These are claimers 4-year-olds and up, which have never won 2 races. Full field of 10 runners going to the post.
Off. Mansion House is going out to take the early lead, but plenty of competition. Britannia's Moat's going to kick on, and through on the inside is iPhone Addiction, and now these two will take over, and Highland Warrior moves up into third. And then farther out comes Sunset District as they go into the turn. After an alert beginning, Mansion House is now about mid-pack and now being passed on the inside by a break on that first turn. Then Dave Hote, break of another 4 lengths more back to Whippo, who was third last early on ahead of the trailers Banco Dinero in 52. So they go on to the backstretch in 23 and 1/5 seconds, and it is iPhone Addiction who kicks on to lead by 2 over Britannia's Moat. 4 lengths back to Highland Warrior outside of a break who's down at the rail. Then Sunset District and Mansion House to the inside. Dave Hote has 7 lengths to make up at this stage, and then Britannia's Moat, who's getting a bit closer, moving in company with Banco Dinero, and 52 is last of them all. 46 and 4 was the first half mile. iPhone Addiction a half length on top. Britannia's Moat ranging up alongside second. Sunset District moves up 3 wide into third. Alongside of Highland Warrior, a break is down toward the rail. Dave Hote's just 4 lengths behind now. And waiting for some running room is Mansion House, who's saving all the ground on the far turn. In behind a wall of horses, though, and will need a path through. Then 52 on the outside and Banco Dinero, and they're coming to the top of the stretch. iPhone Addiction, a break comes through on the inside. Sunset District moves up outside of them and now grabs the lead. Sunset District to the front. And rallying up the rail now is Whippo. Sunset District, Whippo on the inside, Dave Hote on the outside. And then it's 52 from far behind in Mansion House. But it's going to be Sunset District to win it over Dave Hote. Then Britannia's Moat, rather Whippo, who finished third. And a photo between 52 and Mansion House for fourth.
Number 10, Sunset District. Boy, pays a very nice $18.60 to win. Second choice on the morning line. This one owned by Janet and Michael Dante, trained by James Sibeli, ridden to victory today by Tyler Gaffleone. Second race, 6 furlongs. These are claimers, fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and up. One scratch in here of number 8, Corinthians Glory.
They're off. And it's Miss Deja Vu on the inside who goes out to the front. Losing the rider was Ya Esta. Ya Esta lost the rider at the beginning of the race here. Miss Deja Vu takes the early lead. Twist and Turn is away running in second position. And then it's Skippy is back in third. Climate Change is fourth up the backstretch. And then toward the inside comes Candy's Lady. Break up another 4 lengths more. Back to Flashy Z. And then it's BT's Baby, who is at the back of the field and had a little trouble there as they make their way into the far turn. The opening quarter up in 22 and 3/5 seconds. The field rounding the far turn here. On the outside, Twist and Turn. Miss Deja Vu is down at the rail. These two with Climate Change coming 4 wide. Skippy is back, is 3 wide and moving up. 3 lengths ahead of Candy's Lady. And then it's Flashy Z and BT's Baby. And they're coming to the top of the stretch, a 45 and 4/2 mile. Miss Deja Vu down at the rail trying to hold on to the lead. Climate Change on the outside closes in. Skippy is back between those two. And on the far outside, it's Candy's Lady. Miss Deja Vu still got it close to home. Miss Deja Vu is going to do it here. Miss Deja Vu the winner. And it was tight for second there. Climate Change over Skippy is back, I believe. And then Candy's Lady and Twist and Turn.
Number 2, Miss Deja Vu wins it for GDS Racing Stable Incorporated, trained by Gustavo Delgado and ridden to victory today by apprentice John Cruz. We will take a short break, and when we come back, we'll have race number 3. Welcome back. The third race, a 6 furlong sprint. These are claimers, 4-year-olds and up, which have never won 3 races. Scratch number 7, Off Duty.
They're off. Midterm Exam is going to the front. Renombre came out with some early speed. Private Journal is there. Love Rules All and Crazy Frank C on the far outside. Break of another 4 back to Seeking Fame. And at the back of the pack, it's General Shama as the field speeds up the backstretch. 9 lengths separates them all, and Midterm Exam is the leader. Love Rules All to the inside. Second, Private Journal 2 lengths off of them with a half mile to go. Then Renombre to the inside of Crazy Frank C. They went the quarter in 22 and 3. Far behind are Seeking Fame and General Shama. Midterm Exam, 3 furlongs to go. A half-length lead on Love Rules All on the far turn. Private Journal now being ridden along for more speed. Then it's Renombre in 4th. Crazy Frank C is dropped back in 5th, and the others have work to do. Midterm Exam will turn for home in front. Love Rules All cuts the corner in 2nd, and they're 1-2 at the top of the stretch after a 46 flat half mile. Love Rules All coming up the rail, trying to get Midterm Exam. Now they're on even terms, and Renombre is 5 lengths behind them. Midterm Exam and Love Rules All on the inside. These two continue to battle it out all the way down to the wire. Head bobbing, Midterm Exam has beaten Love Rules All under the wire. General Shama came on late for 3rd, then Renombre and Seeking Fame.
Number 6, Midterm Exam, uses its speed to win it, pays $5.40, owned by Gunanari Stable Incorporated, trained by Antonio Sano, ridden to victory today by Edgar Zayas. The 4th race, 5 furlongs on the turf. These are maiden filly 3-year-olds. Scratch the main track only, number 10, Katie Ice.
They're off. And it's Brinkley who comes out running well. Conquest Sarah Star on the inside. Between those two, it's Blossomed in Time. These 3 out for the front. Thecla is away running in 4th. Prevailing is 5th. Then Charming Fantasy on the inside, followed by War Baby and Naylor Swift. Last of them all is Dream to Dream as they race for the far turn. Conquest, Sarah Star, and Brinkley locked in battle. 21 and 2 was the quarter. They're side by side on the lead. Blossomed in Time is 3 lengths off of them, and then comes Thecla, followed outside by Prevailing and Charming Fantasy. And they're into the stretch, and it is Brinkley and Conquest Sarah Star. Brinkley on the outside. Conquest Sarah Star keeps on battling. Nose to nose, a furlong out. Blossomed in Time is trying to come and get them. Brinkley's in front. On the inside, Conquest Sarah Star. To the outside, Blossomed in Time. Now it's Brinkley and Blossomed in Time, and it's Brinkley. Blossomed in Time was 2nd, then Conquest Sarah Star, Naylor Swift, and War Baby.
Number 4, Brinkley, the favorite, wins and pays $5.20, owned by Eclipse Thoroughbred Partners and TNIP Racing, trained by Todd Pletcher, and ridden to victory today by Luis Saez. 5th race, 6 furlongs. These are maiden claimer, 3-year-olds and upward. We have 9 runners going to the post.
They're off. El Señor de los Cielos comes out running well. Feronius on the inside, also flashing some early foot. And right in behind them is Rock My Soul, who's down on the inside. Wise Patriots on the far outside as the field continues up the backstretch. Put It Back Jack now goes up in between horses, and they're followed by Burning Wild and Cozy Cardinal on the outside. Then Illusions Rule and Phil's Comprise trails the field with a half mile to go. And the opening quarter mile in 23 seconds flat. El Señor de los Cielos by a neck. Put It Back Jack on the outside 2nd. Now these two have kicked on. They've opened up 4 lengths on the others with 3 furlongs to go. And then it's Rock My Soul and Burning Wild together, followed by Wise Patriot dropping back on the outside. Feronius is down at the rail. Cozy Cardinals coming wide. Phil's Comprise and Illusions Rule, and they're coming to the top of the stretch. And it's Put It Back Jack. Put It Back Jack to the front. A 46 and 3 half mile, and Put It Back Jack puts away El Señor de los Cielos. And then it's Rock My Soul, followed by Burning Wild and Phil's Comprise on the outside, down to the 16th pole. Put It Back Jack in front by 2.5, but Phil's Comprise is coming. Here comes Phil's Comprise trying to come and get this front runner. It's going to be close. Those two hit it together. Phil's Comprise and Put It Back Jack. And then it was Rock My Soul and El Señor de los Cielos.
Number 7, Phil's Comprise closes from dead last and blows up the tote board, pays $90.20 to win, owned by the Rose family stable, trained by Barry Rose, and ridden to victory today by Vincente Gudiel. 6th race, a 6 furlong allowance optional claimer for state-bred 4-year-olds and upward. Scratch the 3, scratch the 5, and scratch number 6, Midio Vove.
They're off. Resourceful comes out running well and goes out to take the early lead as they head up the backstretch. Decisive Force now moves up alongside with Don Lupe and Capital City. These three take over, and then it's Tricky Call 5th on the inside. Son of a Derby winner Holy Highway next, and then it's Bulldozer and JB Quick on the inside. Past the half-mile pole, and now Don Lupe has opened up to a 2-length lead here on Capital City and ran a quarter in 22 seconds flat. Resourceful now 3rd on the outside of Tricky Call and 2 lengths off the lead. Son of a Derby winner 5th and progressing with 5 lengths to make up and 3 furlongs to do it, and Son of a Derby winners gaining ground quickly now. Then it's a break back to Holy Highway, who's racing outside of JB Quick. Decisive Force is next, and splitting horses is Bulldozer, who's getting going now. They're coming to the top of the stretch. Resourceful's taking the lead from Capital City. Son of a Derby winner is there on the outside of them. Tricky Call follows in 4th, and JB Quick on the outside now gaining ground is Bulldozer down the center of the track. Resourceful to catch, a 16th to go. It's Resourceful from Capital City. On the far outside, Bulldozer gaining ground late, but it's Resourceful in front, and Resourceful will win it from Bulldozer. And then came Capital City, followed by Tricky Call and Son of a Derby winner.
Number 10, Resourceful. Ooh, nice performance, $6 to win, owned by John Grossi's Racing Corporation, trained by William Downing and ridden to victory today by Nick Juarez. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, we'll have our co-feature event of the afternoon, the 3rd running of the Silks Run.
Our day begins early, preparing for the task ahead, focused on a single goal. Then it's showtime, ready to face another challenge. And while victory may be uncertain, you can always bet on us to be at our very best.
Welcome back. The 7th race, 5 furlongs on the turf. It's the 3rd running of the Silks Run, $75,000 guaranteed, 4-year-olds and upward. 9 runners going to the post.
They're off in the Silks Run. Do the Roar goes out to take the early lead. Grand Billy on the outside. Power Alert is right there in between horses. And then it's Dr. J. Dub on the inside as they run up the backstretch. Then Simon Bar Sinister and Hathersal, followed by Amelia's Wild Ride, who's down at the rail inside of Bold Thunder. Last of them all is Star Contender. And now they're racing for the far turn. And it's Power Alert who takes the lead. Power Alert in front from Do the Roar. Dr. J. Dub sent along between those two after a 21-1 opening quarter mile. Amelia's Wild Ride is down on the inside, 2.5 lengths off of Power Alert as they come to the top of the stretch. Power Alert off the turn in front. Amelia's Wild Ride with a perfect trip slips through on the inside and now angles out to try to come and get Power Alert. These two down to the last 16th together. Power Alert and Amelia's Wild Ride. Power Alert still going strong. Amelia's Wild Ride can't get there. Power Alert has won. Amelia's Wild Ride was second, and then a photo between Hathersal and Do the Roar, followed by Star Contender.
The defending champ, number 4, Power Alert, wins the Silks Run again and pays $5 even. Owned by AJ Suited Racing Stable, LLC, and Brian Lynch, trained by Brian Lynch, and that gives jockey Luis Saez his 2nd victory today. The 8th race, 1 mile and 1/16 on the turf. These are maiden claimers, 3-year-olds. Blinkers off the 1s. Jockey on the 2 is Jose Lescano. Scratch the 3, looking up, and the 13, Casby's Kid.
They're off. And it's Classio Prado, strong on the outside, who goes up to challenge for the lead. And Dangerous Bend comes through an opening on the inside to be a part of the early pace too. Zapcat is up and on the pace in between horses, along with That's Nothing. And there's 5 deep into the turn, strong very wide there, as Dangerous Bend takes the lead from the inside. Classio Prado running in second position. That's Nothing is third. And down on the inside comes Martini Kid, strong on the far outside in Zapcat. Mogan Avenue behind that. Then a break of another 3 lengths more back to Mav, who's being followed by Brucarita. And then we come back to Fried Bologna, and at the back are Kid Jeter and Belly Dancer as the field heads up the backstretch. The pace is hot. 22-2 was the first quarter for Dangerous Bend and Luca Panici, who lead the way by a length. Classio Prado running in second with Martini Kid down on the inside, and Mogan Avenue going up outside of horses. Zapcat is only 2.5 lengths off the lead. Then on the outside, Strong and Mav along the rail, followed by Brucarita. Then a break of another 2 back to Kid Jeter. Fried Bologna on the outside, and then it's Belly Dancer, and That's Nothing is being pulled up on the far turn. It is Dangerous Bend in front. Mogan Avenue on the outside second. 2 lengths back to Martini Kid in third. Strong is fourth, and then Brucarita to the outside. 3 quarters in 1, 10-2, and they're at the top of the stretch. Mogan Avenue. Mogan Avenue up and after the lead on the outside of Dangerous Bend. Martini Kid third and closing on the outside. Here's Martini Kid storming down the center of the course. Martini Kid on the outside to the front as they come into the final 16th. Late move Brucarita. Martini Kid to win it from Brucarita. And then it was Mogan Avenue, Dangerous Bend, and Mav.
Number 5, Martini Kid wins it. Nice ride by Nick Juarez. His second win today. The horse pays $11 even. Owned by Mitchell Goldberg, Frank Catapano, and Mary Beth Reese, and trained by Marcus Vitale. The 9th race, 1 mile on the turf. It's an allowance optional claimer for 4-year-olds and upward. Scratch number 7, My Point, exactly the jockey on the 8. MSCL Jaramillo, scratch number 13, Gray Bow.
They're off. And it's Successful Native and Commute who come out the best. Arapica came out running in third. Harmonica's fourth early on, and then comes My Cowboy fifth on the inside as they make their way toward that first turn. They're being followed in between horses by Element, and then it's Grandy's Kitten in Tourmaline. On the inside comes On Draft. Conquest Typhoon and Garib are at the back of the field, 13 lengths off of dueling front runners Commute and Successful Native, who will head them on to the backstretch with Commute getting away to lead now, and Commute opens up. Commute's run a 22-4 opening quarter mile and pulls away by 2. And then it's Successful Native running in second. Break of another 3 lengths more to Arapica, who's followed by My Cowboy, Harmonic on the inside, and Tourmaline. On Draft is next along the rail. And then it's Granny's Kitten, followed by Conquest Typhoon, Element between horses. And at the back of the pack, it's Garib. The half is up in 46 seconds flat. A strong pace here as Commute leads the way into the far turn. Opens up to lead by 2.5. Successful Native, Arapica next, and here's Tourmaline moving up on the outside while Conquest Typhoon rides the rail around the far turn. Commute the leader. Conquest Typhoon now runs at stablemate Commute as they come to the top of the stretch, and the two of them turn for home together. Conquest Typhoon on the outside. Commute hangs in there at the rail. Arapica's next, and they're into the final furlong, and it is Conquest Typhoon and Commute 1-2 as they come down to the line. Conquest Typhoon will win it from his stablemate Commute, and then it was Harmonic, followed by Arapica and Successful Native.
Number 6, Conquest Typhoon is the winner. It pays $8.40, owned by Conquest Stables LLC, trained by Mark Cassie, and ridden to victory today by Jose Lescano. The 10th race, 6 furlongs, maiden 3-year-olds. We have 1 scratch in the race of number 8, Mr. Louise.
They're off. Adulator missed the break. Adulator was off last. It's Minute Madness who goes out to the front, opening up to lead by 2 lengths right away. And then it's Bold Star and Command Peter on the inside as they head up the backstretch. Bourbon City is there, and right behind them comes Barack, followed by All on Red. Then Curlin's Vow, and Adulator is going up on the far outside. After that comes V's Boy, who's down toward the rail. And then it's back to Lucky Warrior moving for the far turn. Storm's Fable and Settled, 22 and 4 was the first quarter. Around the far turn they go. Minute Madness is the leader. Bold Star on the outside is running in second. Behind them, Bourbon City is third. Then Barack on the inside. Curlin's Vow. Adulators 4 wide moving around the far turn. Then it's Command Peter. They're coming toward the top of the stretch, and Minute Madness is going to turn for home in front here after a 46 and 2 half mile. Minute Madness off the turn with the lead. Bold Star on the outside. Curlin's Vow. Adulator fourth in the center of the track, but not catching the front runner here. It is still Minute Madness trying to hold off this competition. Here's Bold Star and Curlin's Vow down the outside. Curlin's Vow coming after Minute Madness. These two down to the line together, heads apart. Minute Madness or Curlin's Vow, and then it was Bold Star third.
Number 5, Minute Madness gets the photo, lights up the board, pays $63.40, owned by Black Stallion EP Racing Stable, trained by Manny Estevez, ridden to victory today by Eddie Castro. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we'll have the first half of the late daily double, and that is the second running of the Captiva Island. Welcome back for our first half of the late daily double. It's race 11. It's the second running of the Captiva Island, $75,000 guaranteed. Fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and up, with 8 runners going to the post.
They're off on the Captiva Island. Granny's Drink hopped in the air at the break. Jewel of a Cat comes out running well. Katie's Kiss has got speed. Maggie's Freudian Slip now on the outside, up and after the front. And they're being followed by Miss Matzo Ball, wrapped to the outside. On the far outside, Granny's Drink, and then Susie's a Cowgirl, and the trailer is Forest Funds as the field races for the far turn. Maggie's Freudian Slip has taken the lead here. Opens up a length and a half from Katie's Kiss and Jewel of a Cat through a 21 flat opening quarter mile. Now these two move up right alongside, and there's 3 across the track, and Maggie's Freudian Slip is not handling the turn at all. Jewel of a Cat had to go wide, so did Granny's Drink, and that makes things a lot better for Katie's Kiss, who's off the turn 2 lengths out in front. Katie's Kiss to catch Jewel of a Cat on the outside, and Miss Matzo Ball trying to close in. Katie's Kiss, here comes Miss Matzo Ball. Miss Matzo Ball on the outside of Katie's Kiss gets up to win the Captiva Island. And then came Jewel of a Cat, Forest Funds, and Susie's a Cowgirl.
Number 5, Miss Matzo Ball closes to win it for Maisie Stable, trained by Roy Lerman, ridden by Ed Garzias, his second win today. Miss Matzo Ball paid $20.20. Twelfth and final race, 5 furlongs on the turf. These are maiden claimers. 3-year-olds jockeying on the 6 is Eddie Castro, scratch the number 13.
They're off. Zen Sunrise hopped in the air and really missed the break. I Go for Greatness had the best beginning and speeds out to a 2-length early lead from Aventus and Cantrell, who are away second and third. After that, it's Billy Bob Joe in fourth, and then comes Nacho Giant in fifth. Fairy Tale Finish goes up on the outside. Then it's Eli's Song, followed by Brunello Music as they make their way around the far turn. After that, it is Forced Motion. And then Zen Sunrise trying to recover. After that, tardy beginning there. Cold Blood is next, and well behind the field is Scott Hill. They went a quarter in 21 and 4/5 seconds, and they're coming toward the top of the stretch where I Go for Greatness is joined by Cantrell. The two of them turn for home together, and here comes on the far outside a bold bid by Forced Motion, and Forced Motion surging to the front as they come into the final 16th. Forced Motion and Edgar Zayas have taken the lead, and they'll go away to win here over I Go for Greatness. Then Fairy Tale Finish, followed by Cantrell, and then a photo between Aventus and Brunello Music.
Number 10, Forced Motion survives a claim of foul and pays $64.40, owned by Gulfstream Farm, trained by Gilberto Zerpa, and it gives jockey Edgar Zayas his third win today. In the pick 5, 5 of 5, $109,524.25. 4 of 5, $564.25. Rainbow 6, couple of tickets, $86,800.68. Carryover going into Sunday, $3,121,376.50. The Super 5 has a carryover of $4,169.06. And that wraps up Saturday's card. Remember to join us right here again on Sunday. First race post 12:35. We'll have 12 races. Should be a fun end of the weekend. Good night and good luck.